Hello folks, I'm back on the Auto Express website today and we're looking at the results of the 2025 Driver Power Survey. This is the new car survey and these are the 10 most reliable cars according to that survey. Now, of course, this data only comes from people responding to the survey and not everyone does. There's a certain profile of people, some say, that respond to surveys and a certain profile that don't. So bear that in mind. And you also get some people that are very, very protective over the car that they've spent their money on, and others who are absolutely furious about the car they spent their money on. So these things are never a perfect science. Now I've got that massive caveat out of the way, let's crack on with it. 91,000 respondents to the Driver Power Survey this year, by the way. Number 10 is the Honda Civic Mark 11. The only surprise with this one is that it's not higher up the list. I still think it's one of the best all-round new cars you can buy. It's a hybrid, but not a plug-in hybrid. It gives great performance. It's well equipped. And you know what? It's also got really quite impressive real-world MPG. I'm not just talking about WLTP figures, but this thing will easily return you 50, 55 MPG in the real world. Even if you're not trying very hard, you've got the aircon blasting and your right foot is perhaps heavier than it should be. The only downside really with these cars are the price point on them. You know, they are definitely in that premium category and it does put a lot of people off. And I really wish more people would go and test drive one because they're brilliant. Number 9 is a car that's not in the premium category. It's the Dacia Duster Mark II. 92.35% reliability. I should tell you what reliability means, by the way. According to these surveys, reliability means the thing hasn't had to go into a dealership for any reason other than a service. So you might get reliability markdown because a bit of trim has come off inside the car, or you've got a rattle somewhere, or the infotainment system's glitchy. Doesn't necessarily mean that the car doesn't start. The previous Dacia Duster was crowned as the best car to own in 2024 Driver Power Survey, and this rugged off-roader is still a massively popular contender as it lands a top 10 reliability finish for the second year running. The new Dacia Duster Mark III is now with us, but the older model is still one of the very cheapest genuine off-roaders you can buy on the used market. Obviously, the Duster Mark III is with us now, but I don't suppose there are enough of those out in the wild to have enough scores to actually put into the survey, but that one's done very well again, I guess. Number 8 is the Mini Cooper Mark III, 92.59%. This one was on the market from 2014 to 2024. 2024 has seen the new Mini Cooper come out, which is absolutely brilliant in my personal opinion. I really like this one as well, but you know, as far as I'm concerned, they've had a few reliability issues. Certainly the ones pre-2018 had plenty of issues. Historically, the Mini Cooper hasn't always aged particularly gracefully when it comes to the reliability, but it's got a very good score here. Great things to drive, always loads of fun, plenty of performance, and just nice and nimble and easy to park. Ford Kuga Mark III, 93%. I'm really surprised by this one. This one had a refresh in 2024, but they're saying here that both pre and post facelift cars have performed well in this survey. Whilst the Kuga only received middling results in areas such as servicing costs and interior fit and finish, joint 7th-place scores in reliability and overall quality still meant the mid-size SUV could see off its smaller sibling, the Puma. Number 6 is the Vauxhall Astra Mark 8. That's a car I wouldn't expect to see in a top reliability survey. However, we do have to remember we are looking at newer cars here. A lot of these cars have got that 1.2 PureTech in with the wet belt. That's been replaced by a chain now, but I think the oil pump's still got a wet belt on it. So it remains to be seen how well they will age. I think removing the drive belt and replacing that with a chain has been a good move, and hopefully that will reduce the problems or push them further down the road. But why still have a wet belt on the oil pump? If you're putting a chain on one, why not do it on both Stellantis group? So although some of these Stellantis cars work wonderfully well when they are younger, again, they don't age particularly gracefully, certainly in my experience, and based on feedback I get from you guys quite a lot. I bet in the last 6 months, 3 people have written to me and said, my engine's gone bang, what can I do? So bear that in mind. And don't think because you're getting one of the diesels, that's going to be a walk in the park, because the Stellantis diesels have a little bit of a checkered history. But a new one seems to work very well. And of course, with a new one, you've also got your manufacturer's warranty, which is worth having. Another one, Vauxhall Crossland Mark 1, 92.88%. I do wonder how these same cars will perform in like the used car reliability things in years to come. That's a big question mark for me. Number 4 is the Honda Jazz. That's completely to be expected. Ultimately reliable cars. Amazing MPG on these as well. And they're really well equipped these days. They do have that stigma, unfortunately, and the styling of this current Jazz probably hasn't done anything to help that. It does still look like a car for the elder people, dare I say. Nothing wrong with that at all, but I think if they came up with a little bit of a more modern design, there'd be a lot of younger people having a look at them, because they make so much sense in so many different areas. Again, supreme MPG, supreme reliability, and that's what this one's all about. It's all about reliability. Number 3 is the Mercedes GLE Mark IV. For a very long time, Mercedes cars boasted a glowing reputation for being mechanically bulletproof. This reputation has waned slightly over the years, quite a lot actually, but the Mercedes GLE appears to be indisputable evidence of the three-pointed star being back to its best. As well as the reliability, it got first place performances in key areas such as exterior and interior quality, driving pleasure, front seat comfort, rear legroom, safety features, availability and user-friendly controls. The GLE has a huge amount going for it in the eyes of its current owners. Let's hope that one ages as well as it's begun. Folks, just a very quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks. Another Stellantis car, a Citroen C3 Mark III. Again, I'm just extremely surprised to see that as one of the most reliable cars. Don't forget, this part of the survey is just looking at the reliability. That's got 95.41% reliability score. I'm just incredibly surprised by that. And here it is, number 1. The most reliable car to own, according to the 2025 Driver Power Survey, is a Vauxhall Grandland Mark 1. Stellantis are featuring a lot in this, and in reliability surveys, you don't usually see a lot of Stellantis cars in the top 10. I'm not screaming foul play or anything, but it's an unusually good performance. Once upon a time, not so long ago, Japanese car brands absolutely dominated the driver power reliability results. It would appear that times are changing though, as 2025 is officially Vauxhall's time to shine. It's the first generation Vauxhall Grandland that's taken top honours in this year's reliability charts, and it's also very clear that mid-size SUV is nailing the family car brief. I'd love to see some of the other reliability surveys that come out this year. There are always several every year from different magazines and outlets. So I'd like to see how these scores marry up to those, and what sort of response base they have. This one's got 91,000 respondents, which feels like a lot higher than it usually is. And you would think the more respondents you get, the more accurate the results. So maybe it is hats off to Vauxhall. Maybe you've got a Vauxhall and it's been ultimately reliable. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, ladies and gents. I'd love to read those. If your car's not in this top 10 list, you should probably think about getting yourself some breakdown cover. And the sponsors of today's video are ALA Insurance. So I'm on their website. I'm going to run a little quote through now. I'm going to say it's a car that I bought from a garage or a car leasing company. I'll say I haven't got it yet. It's up to 7 years old, and it's got up to 80,000 miles on the clock. So for the basic cover, it's 45 quid a year, but I'm going to put in the promo code JIM10 over here, and that's going to save me £4.50. You can use the code JIM10 all across the ALA website, and it will save you 10%, so it's well worth doing. If I went for roadside and recovery, £58.46 a year, total UK 76.61, UK and Europe 116 quid a year. ALA also do a few little add-ons. You've got excess covers. That's if you have a car insurance claim, you can play a little bit to add some cover for your car insurance excess. and key cover. If you've had to get a replacement key for a modern car, you'll know they're not cheap, so you can get yourself cover for things like that. Head on over to ala.co.uk, use the code GYM10 at checkout, or just scan the QR code or click the link in the video description. Thanks to ALA for sponsoring today's video. So what do we think of those results? A bit of an odd one, I think it's fair to say, no? Very odd, in fact. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.